Hey, good evening guys. It's March 17th, 2010. Thought I'd do a video before I get too tired. And this is, there's a lot of articles on the Patriot Trading Group that I would like to go over, but I'm not. I'm going to go over a few of them. There's a lot happening in the news. There's an article, actually it's a video. Meredith Whitney does an interview in it, and she talks about the double dip that's coming in housing, another downturn in housing, and most of you could see that coming. It's pretty obvious that housing is not bottomed out. You know, unemployment's going up behind the scenes. Real unemployment 18 to 22%. So unemployment is still going up, and so there's going to be another dip, and there's 5 to 6 million new homes or foreclosed homes that are going to be dumped onto the market here in the next probably 6 months. So, you know, that's gonna hit the prices in homes again, and I don't think we're ready for that one yet, but it's coming. A wave of layoffs to hit cash-strapped states and cities. This article says the budget woes of state and local governments will force them to slash workers and hike taxes. Experts say state and local government payrolls react more slowly to recessions than the private sector. Okay, because they do their budgets a year in advance and hope they'll hang in there, you know. But I think it's deteriorating faster than what their budgets can hold on to. And I know personally of someone that is involved with the state, works for the state, and they've had to go to emergency budget meetings and adjust things midstream. So it happens. This is a completely unprecedented crisis, said Ethan Polak of the Economic Policy Institute. The budget cuts are going to get more and more severe, Polak told CNBC. The fiscal stimulus plan saved some jobs, but that's ending. Okay, it may have saved some and created some, but that's just what it was. It was stimulus. It wasn't fundamentally driven. It was just stimulus and politics, basically. There was no manufacturing. Okay, there wasn't anything that created real jobs and real growth. It wasn't. Any growth in the GDP was strictly from stimulus, and that's it. Geithner warns unemployment will stay high in 2010. Now, little Timmy doesn't get many things right when he says things, but this, I believe he knows that the American public is waking up to the fact that the green shoots aren't really green shoots, and that unemployment's going to stay high. And I believe that's why he says this, is because the cat's out of the bag. Because when they're saying unemployment's going to stay high, friends, it's going to go up. It's not just going to stay high, it's going to go up or maintain. Wells Fargo cuts 415 jobs in Sacramento. And something interesting about Wells Fargo, we have our home mortgage through Wells Fargo, and we just got a letter in the mail saying that Fannie and Freddie own our mortgage now. And I'm going to look into that and make some phone calls and ask why that is. We're told still to make our payments and do all our transactions through Wells Fargo, but the holder of the note is Freddie and Fannie, or Uncle Sam, whichever you prefer. But I don't understand why that is. Housing construction drops 5.9% in February. So there's some slowing, some more slowing, and that's where I think this article is where I got the 5 to 6 million homes that are going to be dumped into the market because they're already into foreclosure. Also, defaults soar as foreclosures slide in sunny California. They're still struggling out there. Let's see, there's a couple other articles that I'd like to just touch on real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end this one. Last video I did, I talked about the potential war in Iran, and it was based on an article I read. Just watch the video. And there's another article out today by Zero Hedge, and it's called "Is the U.S. Preparing for War on Iran or the Destruction of Iran?" And they again list things that are being shipped over into that area. And I'll just read a quick little bit of it. Is war just around the corner? While in theory it would make perfect sense to distract Americans from the long road of U.S. insolvency, okay? And we've done things like this before. We went in and dropped bombs just to get the eye of the American people off the political mess that this country's in. And it's, okay, Americans from the long road of the U.S. insolvency, and since to distract Americans from, and other more pressing issues such as the endless criminality all around us. In practice, we have so far heard merely rumors. The Herald of Scotland, however, may have credible proof that the U.S.-led attack on Iran approaches and could be just days away. And the newspaper has produced proof of an arms shipment to Diego Garcia, and I mentioned that in the last video. Again, you know, I hope we don't go to war, but it's possible. And I think stirring the pot, you know, there's something, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's something called thesis and antithesis, where you have a party here and a party here, and you rub them together, and what you get out of that is synthesis. And I think that's been happening throughout history. You have one side over here, and they disagree. And so you rub them together politically, behind the scenes, this happens, until you eventually get what the end result, what you're looking for. Because, I mean, in World War II, or World War I, you had one company, one backer of both sides of the war was funding the war. And so, I don't know, it's a big chess game if you ask me. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. But I think that's what we're in the middle of, is thesis, antithesis, and eventually we're going to have synthesis. And they'll want, you know, they'll get it to where they want it. And I believe that's ultimate control. Anyway, guys, we had a beautiful day. Another beautiful day. March, it was for mid-March in Wyoming. It was beautiful. It was almost 70 degrees today. Got a little more sun on the face. Had a good day at work. I hope you guys had a good day. I think this is a time that we need to spend with our families, get to know each other more. If you have kids, spend time with your kids. Love them, hug them, kiss them, take walks with them. Life is short. Life is too short. And now, more than ever, I think life is cheap. Life is pretty cheap in the eyes of a lot of people. So, take your time and enjoy life. Guys, take care. Have a good evening. And God bless. And we'll talk at you a little later. Good night.